Welcome everybody to another siege battle in Medieval 2 Total War. My name is Pixelated. Apollo, thanks for stopping by. And we are in the desert. We have 3 attackers attacking 2 defenders. And the defenders are defending this beautiful Middle Eastern fortress. Now the cool thing about this fortress is that most of the time the defenders just defend this wall right here. And this is a really cool wall because you can really flank around right here. And it just creates this big bloodbath because the attackers really have to attack uphill, and it's quite the epic charge. So I'm very excited for this siege battle. And at this point, let's go ahead and check out the players and the factions and whatnot. So starting with the attackers, we have Venice, commanded by Paladin Bob. He has a YouTube channel, so please check it out. If you look in the description, you'll see a link to his channel. In fact, all of the players in this game, they're all YouTubers, so I'll have a link to all of their channels in the description. So Paladin Bob, he has a nice Venetian force here, bringing a lot of heavy infantry, bringing a decent number of archers. He's got 1 cav unit, which I think is always smart, and of course he has 2 artillery. I think the rules for this battle was 2 artillery. And he has 3 peasants pushing up siege towers, and I've seen this strategy quite a bit. Basically, you're using units that don't cost a lot, and you don't care if they die because they were so cheap. Instead of using a more expensive unit like a feudal knight or something like that, they'll take the punch from these towers. Excuse me. So yeah. That's a strategy I've seen a couple times. It's not a strategy that I use all the time, but it's nice to see some different play styles. Oh, there goes another wall. There goes another wall, and look at this. Look at this. We've got the Sicilians charging out here, attacking the peasants, trying to prevent the peasants from getting that siege tower to the wall. So, yeah, it's definitely not going to stop Paladin Bob, but it's definitely really annoying for Paladin Bob. And look at the casualties here. Oh my god. I don't know if that's friendly fire or from the Venetian archers. So now he's charging into the other units, just trying to slow him down, buying his defenders some time. So is he going back for these peasants? I think so. He's like, die you peasants. Venetian peasants come. Alright, so there's Scotland breaking down the gates. We'll go ahead and check out the Scottish army. Commanded by Lord Tsunami. He has a pretty nice army as well. He's got the pikemen, which will be pretty useful in choke points. A good number of heavy infantry and some good archers here. He's also bringing some Highlanders. You gotta bring the Highlanders. And here's some Highland nobles. Even though they have the two-handed glitch, I mean, come on. You gotta bring the Highland nobles. So that's the Scottish army. And the final attacking force, we have the Moors, commanded by Swedish Landsknecht. He's bringing a bunch of urban militia with upgrades, and of course he's bringing the very powerful dismounted Christian Guard. Here they are right here. Very fancy, very nice unit. 2 artillery, of course. He's got some desert archers. He has some Arab cav, and he's got some peasants pushing up a ram. So that's his army. Pretty plain and simple. Now let's check out the defenders really fast. I don't know if this little area is going to heat up again with more Norman cav coming out and causing havoc for the Venetians. But starting with the Sicilians, we have Captain Invisible, and he's got a nice army. Good mix of heavy infantry, a couple units of cav, and a good number of Pavi's crossbows and some Muslim archers, which is really cool to see. So his ally, also helping him defend this beautiful fortress, we have Milan, commanded by Naze Bays. He has, again, just a very powerful infantry force. I think all the army comps in this siege battle are very strong, and this is going to be quite the battle. Some experienced players here. So, yeah, very nice. Very nice. In Venice, it looks like they're pushing up their heavy infantry. They're not slowing down. I think he wants to try to save some ammo for the second wall. Personally, I would knock down another choke point just because you're so close to the defenders, and it's really making it easy for the defenders to charge out of that little destroyed section there. It's just, oh no, cause havoc. Oh, that was a pretty weak charge, but hey, got some kills. Here comes the general's bodyguard to support him. So they've got this Norman Knight surrounded, but they've got a whole another healthy unit of Norman Knights. Oh, he's going for the artillery. Uh-oh, Paladin Bob. Paladin Bob. Watch out. Yep, he's going right for the culverin. Here we go. Is he going to make it in time? Paladin Bomb, he's pushing forward some units. He's still going to get a charge on the crew, but I think he saved the crew. There's the general right there. Venetian general, very nice. Alright, so successfully defended the artillery, which is always good for the attackers. And oh, is he coming back for more? I think so. Where is he going? Oh, he's going for a charge. Oh, he just killed a bunch of Venetian heavy infantry. That's gotta hurt. These the Venetian heavy, they're pretty expensive. They're very important. They have that AP attack, so that's really gonna hurt the morale there. Oh man, beautiful charge with the Normans. Just beautiful. We do have some reinforcements coming over. We've got some Knights Hospitaller from Scotland. They're going to try to quickly head over there and try to stop the Sicilians. But I think Captain Invisible, he will leave. I think he'll notice the Scottish cav. So let's see here. What is he going to do? He's going down this this opening in the center. Nope, he's going to retreat. He's going to get his cav out of here. So if you're trying to work on, being more aggressive as a defender, pay attention. Take note of this situation right here. Notice how he didn't take out the artillery, but he got a good charge off the infantry. So even if you don't get the artillery, charge the infantry. Try to take some men with you. Definitely a good tactic there. And oh, this siege tower is on fire. How did that happen? The Muslim archers, maybe? But we do have some heavy infantry charging up this 2 siege towers. And I think Sicily's going to put up somewhat of a defense near this outer wall. Because it is so close to the second layer, it's pretty easy to do that. And I think he can safely retreat them if he needs to. So Scotland's inside with most of his army. Well, actually only some of his army. He's got more troops down here. But he's inside the castle, the fortress, without any kind of conflict. And the Moors, they're completely inside the fortress. So very nice. Very, very nice. And I love the pike militia here. The deadly pike militia. So I'm going to start a new thing for siege battles. We're going to come up with scenarios on why as if this actually happened, historically happened. Why would this happen? And I think it's just a little fun storytelling. So, alright, so we've got Sicily and Milan defending this fortress. This fortress was conquered in one of the Crusades a couple years back. And Venice they're not happy with the new Pope. They think he's very bad leader, he's very destructive, and they're tired of seeing the Pope in power. So even though the Venetians are a fellow Italian faction, they send an army to take out the fortresses controlled by the Pope. Now Sicily and Milan, they're buddy-buddy. They're both Italian factions. They're going to help stand and protect the Pope. So they're sending a great defense force over here to defend this castle. So Venice, they decided to call one of their greatest allies, Scotland. And even though they're halfway across the world, they're like, Scotland, send one of your greatest armies to take out this fortress, and we will give you all the gold, not all the gold, but some of the gold from looting this city, and we'll help you, conquer other settlements in the Middle East, stuff like that, just to be good allies. And of course, we have the Moors. Now, they're the only Islamic faction over here, and if they can help destroy the Pope's power in the Middle East, they will be happy to. Even though they're mostly in the Iberian Peninsula in North Africa, they sent an army a great distance to help out the 2 Christian factions here, the Venetians and the Scottish. So that's the scenario. A little far-fetched, but that's really all I could think of. Captain Invisible, man, this defense right here, he is getting a lot of kills. I love the little technique here of using your archers on the ground level here, attacking the flank of the dismounted men-at-arms and using some Normans to keep them pinned down. So Paladin Bob, he is not backing down. He's going to continue to send reinforcements into this section and try to take this wall out. Try to get the Sicilians out of here. Here comes more Venetian heavy. We've got Scotland charging forward some units. And what are the Moors doing? Well, the Moors are pretty much untouched. Oh, look at this. Oh, we've got ourselves a little cav fight going on. Sicily going after some archers. Oh no. Arab cav fighting these Normans. These Normans have just been a real pain for the attackers. Which, that's what you want to do as a defender with your cav. You just want to be as annoying as you can. Just try to kill as many units as you can. Just go after objectives. And even if it's not really worth it, like, even if you kill just one unit of archers, it really will go a long way. Some mind games, you know? Good old mind games. And we've got some towers being destroyed, I do believe, by the mortar from Sicily. Getting some good hits on the siege towers. And finally, the men-at-arms break. I'm surprised they were fighting for so long. Taking the flanking fire from the Muslim archers. So, Norman Knights, they're really chewing up these men-at-arms. They're going to spit them out. Oh, got some artillery firing just over the wall. Trying to knock, look at that angle. That is a ridiculous angle. But they're knocking down the walls here. So they're already making progress on knocking down the second layer. Sicily bravely standing against the Venetians. Oh no, look at this. Did you see that? Oh man. Well played by Paladin Bob. He's trying to destroy the Sicilian exit here with his artillery. That's really brilliant. Captain Invisible, he saw that pretty early, so he's going to save most of that unit, but he did lose some units there, some infantry. So really smart play there, guys. Take note of this. Using the walls here, trying to destroy exits so the defenders cannot leave. So if you see defenders on the walls and you have artillery, shoot them down. Do not let them live. Well played by Paladin Bob, and that's going to stop the fighting over here. His men are still... Ooh, oh no! A bunch of Venetian archers falling to their deaths. Another siege tower going down. This has to be very frustrating for Paladin Bob. He's got the most difficult position here. He's closest to the second layer, so he's really having a tough time. And we have some Knights Hospitaller charging in here. Oh, he's gonna retreat. He didn't like it. He lost 2 cav units already, or 2 cav people. And he's gonna evacuate. Sword and buckler men going to the rescue. It's got some Pavis up here causing some havoc. Oh, look at this. Swedish Landsneck sending some Arab cav, trying to get some revenge after losing some of his desert archers, killing the traitors, these Muslim archers fighting for money instead of their religion. So his troops are breaking just like that. Just can't handle the archer, all the archers putting down suppressing fire. He still has a lot of units, a lot of troops in this unit, so they might return. I don't know. They're still losing some troops here. Oh, I think they'll return. Yeah, I think they'll return. Oh, geez. There we go. Oh my god. So that's 2 siege battles in a row where the general has been sniped by artillery. I think the last siege battle the general was sniped. At least that's what I remember. But generals always get sniped by artillery in this game. It's pretty hilarious. You know, it's so hard to kill a general in combat like melee, but you get one good artillery shot and they're dead. I have so many siege battles on my channel where generals are just getting sniped by artillery. It's beautiful. So look at the carnage on this wall here. Just complete carnage. Mostly Venetian soldiers, their lives are gone. And they sacrificed for their country, for the Pope. And yeah, a brutal war, brutal fight. I mean, look at all the deaths over here. A lot of Normans, brave Normans coming out, fighting, trying to defend this this beautiful fortress. But Venice, he still has a fairly healthy army. I think he's taken the most casualties, but he's still got a strong army, so don't count them out. And of course, Scotland and the Moors, they pretty much have their entire armies. They're pretty much untouched. But Sicily, look at this, still holding his ground, being aggressive. I love it, Captain Invisible. I love when defenders are being aggressive. He's not just going to sit back and let the attackers do whatever they want. He's going to push forward his Muslim archers, try to get some kills. Looks like we've got some Highlanders from Scotland charging in. They've had enough of these Muslim archers. And of course, he's going to retreat, get them out of there, and prepare his heavy infantry. And he's got some Pavis nearby. Oh, they're fully committing here. Highlanders going in against Norman Knights. And of course, they're going to have the support of this tower. Actually, both these towers here. So that's definitely going to help with the fighting. This is actually a really good position for Sicily. Oh, now he's got his Muslim archers getting into melee. Look at that. Maybe they're out of ammo. Maybe he just wants to help. The Moors still attacking the second layer. So, man, this has been a very interesting siege battle. I think this has been just really, really good defending by Captain Invisible, using limited units and killing just a lot of troops. That's what you want to see when you're defending. That's what you want to do. Just use less troops but kill more. And he's putting down some fire on the Venetians over here. It looks like Paladin Bob. He's sending down some feudal knights. Ooh, they're taking a lot of casualties. Maybe you want to try to get them in loose formation or rush them over there. But yeah, this is going to be a tough fight for Scotland and Venice. Ooh, now they stopped. Oh, they're going to take more casualties here. Oh, that guy. Oh, nope, just a flesh wound. That poor guy died right in the front lines. All right, here they go. They got 39 men in this unit. They're going to quickly try to support the Scottish. Scotland, they're doing all right. Highlanders are cutting through the Normans. Oh, there goes another wall for the second layer. Now, this is a fairly long siege battle, so I hope you guys have brought some snacks and some drinks. If you haven't, then pause the video and get some snacks and drinks. But anyways, I think there will be some cutting towards the end of the battle, because usually what happens is that there's just a big bombardment. Maybe they just send forward archers and they just skirmish each other to death. So just watch out for some cuts. Of course, I'll always explain myself when I cut the video. And he flanked around with some Norman Knights there, and that just causes a chain rout there whenever your unit's flank is exposed. But look at this. Arab Cab going back for some revenge, killing the Pavis crossbowmen. They won't last long, though, yeah. And I'm pretty sure they won't return to the fight. This is their second time breaking. They're very depleted. But hey, they got some kills there. Killed some Pavis. That's a little win, I guess. Oh, we've got some retaliation here. Venetian archers firing back at the dismounted Normans. So yeah, Captain Invisible holding the line with a few troops here. It's just always great to see that. Just seeing a great defense. But this will be no pushover for the defenders. The attackers here are going to put up a great fight, and here comes some reinforcements here. More feudal knights from Venice. So Venice is just really trying to break through the Sicilian defenses. Scotland, he's protecting their flank, yes, against the enemy cav. And we've got more dismounted feudals coming in. So we got ourselves a battle here, guys. A little skirmishing going on. Very cool. Very cool fight. Oh, the mortar. Or is that from Paladin Bob firing down this wall here? Oh, we've got more reinforcements. Got peasants pushing up ladders. Look at the smoke coming into the fight. These soldiers can't see anything for a couple seconds. Just swinging their sword, desperately trying to kill the enemy. Sword and buckler men, they're going to put up a great fight. Uh-oh. Some breaking by some feudals. Oh, where was he headed? Where was he headed? I think the Sicilians are going to hold, but we do have a flanking charge. Sicily desperately trying to catch up to these Highlanders. It's like just trying to catch up with them. Little race to the flank. And yeah, they're going to get to the flank. I don't know how much it's going to do to the morale of Sicily. But Sicily was prepared. He has some troops counter-flanking. Oh, and one good mortar strike. Captain Invisible getting a lot of good mortar hits, and the Highland nobles are breaking. Scotland should probably send more forces over. Honestly, I think they should just hold off on this attack over here. Just continue to fire down the towers and continue to break down more gaps in the second layer. There goes another one. Actually, no, this is the outer layer. Yeah, this is the outer layer over here. But Captain Invisible, he's prepared for that Scottish cav to be charging in here. He's got 2 units of sword and bucklermen. He is very observant of the battlefield, and he's doing a great job. Look at the dead soldiers up on the wall here. Oh, we've got the general's bodyguard charging in. Now remember, the general is not in this unit, and here goes more breaking. They've been breaking. It took them a while to leave the battlefield. Some archers trying to get some kills on the Norman Knights. Sword and bucklermen forming up here. Do we have any more fighting going on? No, it looks like everywhere else it's pretty peaceful, other than the carnage going on here. If I was Paladin Bob, I would just set up a lot of archers. Just try to fire down at the defenses here. Just save the rest of your infantry. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Got some Highland archers putting down some fire. He's got some Pavis firing down on the enemy. Here's some Venetian heavy, but they're pretty depleted. Oh, we got more breaking from the dismounted feudal knights. Oh. Scotland using the fire arrows, trying to break the morale of the Sicilians, but it's just not happening. It is not happening. These soldiers are like, we're killing so many, I don't care if I die for my country, and I'll take 10 with me. Oof. Good volley there. Oh, look at this. Got some urban militia from Swedish Landsknecht giving some relief to his Italian allies. There we go. This should cause the Sicilians to break. Now we've got peasants charging in. There goes another wall. I think that's in the second layer, I do believe. Not sure. But there's already like 4 choke points in the second layer here. Sicily, even though they're getting a lot of kills over here, they've lost quite a bit of infantry. I still think they're doing great. They really are using their units wisely. They got a bunch of kills on the attackers, but he's not going to have as many troops to defend. But honestly, he still has a bunch of troops. Who am I kidding? He's got a bunch of dismounted Normans. Look at this, Papal States. All you need is one good mortar strike here. You kill a bunch of them. So Venice charging through here. Looks like he might be able to kill a bunch of Pavi's crossbowmen. Alright, finally they break through the gap here. Swedish is retreating his urban militia. And I think it's safe to cut through this now. I think it's going to slow down a little bit here. Well, hang on. There's still a little bit of fighting going on. These Pavis are breaking. That's always a good sight for the attackers. Whenever you can kill their archers, that's a little win for you. But a lot of them are going to make it back. I don't know, the peasants are like, chase them down, boys. Chase them down. I don't think they're going to catch up to them. Yeah, they're going to make it in. Alright guys, welcome back. So the action isn't exactly picking up, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what's going on. So this is usually what happens in this type of fortress. Just a massive skirmish. The Moors are pushing forward his desert archers, trying to weaken the numbers of the defenders. And of course we've got the trebuchet from Scotland putting down some fire. I think they destroyed all of the choke points possible. And the defenders are going to take advantage of that and put their archers up on the walls where these walls cannot be destroyed. So these archers are safe. They are not going to get killed from artillery. It looks like this wall is being attacked as well. So yeah, everybody's just pushing forward, peasants and archers. I think Scotland or Venice tried to push up this ram to the gate, but it was unsuccessful because his peasants broke because he was using peasants. More peasants over here pushing up archers, and I'm going to continue to cut it, guys, and keep you updated. Alright guys, welcome back to the carnage. Still nobody's committing their entire force, but we do have some little fights going on, little skirmishes. We've got some urban militia. I think they were trying to sneak around. Swedish Landsneck, he's set up a ladder over here, so he's going to try to flank around and try to kill these Genoese crossbowmen. But he's got his sword and buckler men surrounded now, so this is pretty good for the Moors. Actually, Sicily's sending in some pike militia. Look at that. Trying to kill the general here. Very nice. So yeah, urban militia fighting off some sword and buckler men. The pike militia are under fire, which is pretty good for the attackers. Now the defenders are just trying to protect their troops by keeping them behind the walls. And if we look all around the battlefield here, we've just got archers all over. They're littered all over the place, putting down fire on the defenders. And I guess these troops are out of ammo. I hope they're out of ammo because he's sending them out. I think he's just trying to silence their archers. But I think you're better off just keeping these archers in the base, because now they're just going to get slaughtered. Because in the town center, they'll have infinite morale. But yeah, these Genoese crossbows are going to get slaughtered there. And over here, let's see, we've got some Muslim archers now engaged with these archers. Man, the fight is still going on over here. Sicily charging out more troops, more Muslim archers. They're out of ammo, I assume. Archers are just too important to be charging out if they have ammo. So I assume they're out of ammo. Got some peasants charging, flanking around. But these sword and buckler men, they will not break. Here we go. Muslim archers coming around. They're going to attack the peasants here. What the defenders are doing is they're trying to make the attackers on their toes. They don't want them to just sit around and fire down at their defenses. They're trying to make them move around, make them reposition. Good flanking charge by the urban militia. Should be able to break this pike militia pretty soon. General's bodyguard. I don't know if the general is in. Yes, the general is in this unit. So they're just trying to clean up the Sicilians that are leaving the defenses. Over here, the bombardment continues. Highland noble archers. We've got some Venetian archers, some desert archers. Though they're running out of archers, just losing them from defending, arrows, defending archers, killing them, and also they've been charging out their archers to kill the attacking archers. And we've got ourselves a full-on battle going on here. Sword and buckler men flanking around the urban militia. The pike militia putting up a hell of a fight. They must be heavily upgraded with a lot of chevrons. Over here, these sword and buckler men, they're down to 6, but they're going to continue on and fight for their lives. And the peasants versus the Muslim archers. So this is a really bizarre battle. We've got Venice coming in to help. They're going to flank these sword and buckler men. Captain Invisible really sending out his forces here. Oh, you know what this whole battle is? It's a flank and then counterflank, then counterflank, then counterflank. So now we've got more sword and buckler men counterflanking the feudal knights that were counterflanking the sword and buckler men, that were counterflanking the urban militia, that were counterflanking the pike militia. This is what we have here, guys. This is just really, really bizarre. Now the general's bodyguard is counterflanking the sword and buckler men. Oh, I think I know the title of this battle, counterflanking. And now we've got some Knights Hospitality to help fight the battle. Venice breaking, damn. That's tough to watch. Venice really struggling in the siege battle. Again, he had the toughest position in this whole battle. Well, let's get some close-ups here, guys. And look at this. We've got some pike militia to counterflank the Knights Hospitaller, but he's going to get them out of there. I think we need to see some Christian Guard get in here. Charge in here. Archers putting down some flanking fire. Some desert archers. The general's bodyguard doing the best he can. Oh, look at this. The urban militia over here are free to roam around. He's going to flank around here. Try to kill some archers, I assume. Maybe get them off guard. Yeah, they're really trying to kill the pike militia. Boom! Right in the flank of the sword and buckler men. The counter flanks are strong in this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone noticed the sneak attack over here of the urban militia. Well, actually, got some Genoese crossbows moving back here. I don't know if he's going to try to fire at them or what. But the fight continues on over here. Sword and buckler men, this is what I'm saying. This unit is so good. They have just fighting and fighting, not breaking. Make sure to put armor and weapon upgrades on them, and they'll do great for you. They'll do some amazing stuff for you. And they're just surrounding the urban militia right now. But the urban militia doing pretty well. They're shaken, so who knows how long they'll fight. But look at this, the pike militia protecting the flank of their sword and buckler men. Oh! General's bodyguard trying to support their troops. Look at that charge right there. It just took out like 3 of them. Fantastic charge. Trying to get them to break, but they just will not break. General's bodyguard down to one troop there. And now we got Knight's Hospitality killing the mortar crew. So Sicily is out of mortar ammo. Got some troops ready to charge in over there. I think that's all of Venice. Got some pikes over here from Scotland. Troops down the center here. Oh, finally they break the pike militia. Finally the attackers are making some progress here. And, oh, look at this, guys. Urban militia. Oh, they're breaking. Oh, no. That pains me. Pains me to see such a thing. Urban militia with 30 troops in it. They're just exhausted. Nobody noticed that. You know, Sicily could have sent up some units over there. But as soon as they got to the Genoese, they broke. That is such a shame. But I think these Genoese crossbows are out of ammo anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. Alright, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it once again. Actually, hold on. Is there some fighting going on here? Yeah, just some artillery crew, nothing really going on. So I'll see you on the other side. Alright guys, welcome back. That was our super short cut. I noticed that the noble swordsmen here are charging in. Nobody noticed this, but Tsunami trying to use the element of surprise to win this siege battle. He charges in here. He's got these dismounted feudal knights kind of pinned to the wall, but they're going to outnumber these noble swordsmen, and plus there's troops over here that can quickly charge in and attack the flank. But he's just trying to get a bunch of kills there. Over here, jeez, we've still got fighting going on over here. Sword and buckler men, man, they're still fighting. There's a unit of 2, and we've got the Pavis crossbows coming out now. Yep, okay, so there goes the noble swordsman. I think that was kind of a waste of a noble swordsman. You should attack all at once. Use your infantry all at once. They're better as a solid single force than just attacking in waves. Yeah, what do we got going over here? Just Pavis crossbows just kind of standing around. Yep, they're setting up a charge. Charge right into these Pavis. Now we got some depleted feudal knights coming in to support that general's bodyguard. There we go. I think this unit will break soon. What do we have here? The sword and buckler men down to 1. Alright, he's dead now. Dead. Alright, so we'll continue to cut through this, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. So I wanted to show you this again. We have Tsunami making the same mistake, charging in noble swordsmen one at a time. I don't know what his strategy is here. Again, you're better off with a solid, concentrated force. You don't want to attack one at a time because this unit is unprotected, unsupported, and they won't last long. So he's sending more troops to their deaths. really just trying to, I'm not sure what his plan is, honestly. I don't know if he's trying to just get him by surprise, if soon somebody's going to join the fight. Okay, we do have some infantry charging in. So Scotland and the Moors, they have the more healthier armies. Venice over here really depleted, but they do have a good number of Venetian heavy infantry. So is this it, guys? Is this going to be the charge, the glorious charge of all charges? I think it is. I really like this. Moors charging all of their troops at the same time. That's what you want to see. The noble swordsmen still fighting for their lives. I'm actually quite surprised they're still fighting. But yes, Milan, he's charging out. Milan is charging outside the walls. Oh my god. His urban militia, they're going to fight a good fight against these men-at-arms. And I was expecting Venice to charge in there, but I think they're going to wait a little bit. They've got these men-at-arms surrounded, so Milan making a small mistake here by sending forward his troops. You're way better off, you know, defending inside the walls, but great move here by Swedish Landsnake. He's going to get behind the men-at-arms, and they're just going to cut down these troops. Flanking the flank. And we've got a counter flank, and then we're going to have another counter flank by some feudal knights. Alright. We've got a push over here now. Venice and the Moors. Look at the carnage going on here. The bloodshed. Green versus orange with the help of blue. Alright. Oh, they're breaking the men-at-arms. They're going to be able to charge through this choke point and maybe flank around and attack the choke points over here from the flank. This is a very good position for the defenders. The Moors desperately trying to get in through here, but hopefully they can break through and flank around. That will be huge for the attackers. But look at this, a whole new line of reinforcements coming down through the main gate. Venice now sending in their troops. Got a couple of Venetian heavy trying to break through here. And of course we've got another unit going through the main gate. And we have some reinforcements going over to this choke point. Milan desperately trying to hold this corner over here, keeping back the Moors and the Scottish. Some mortar fire going on. Now we've got the Genoese joining the fight. Look at this. A bunch of feudal knights joining the center gate fight. This is just all over the place. Attackers doing a great job using all choke points to try to break through. But is it going to be enough? I don't know. I do not know. Oh, we have some breaking from peasants though, so not a big deal. Good thing the gate doesn't have oil. Those troops would be just slaughtered. Moors, they have a lot of reserves. Got a lot of Christian Guard. I'm surprised nobody's using this. Oh, okay. The Moors sent some urban militia over here. And he's got some Christian Guard putting up a fight on the wall. This is actually, a lot of people don't use this wall to flank around. This is actually a really great wall to attack, because oftentimes the defenders are not paying attention and they won't defend it. But Sicily using some Pavi's crossbowmen to hold the line. We've got more reserves over here, more Norman Knights, 2 units. He's going to send them in. So these Christian Guard are in trouble. So here's a bird's eye view of the fight. Just bloodshed everywhere. Milan making a great push out here. But look at this, Scotland just forcing themselves in. They desperately need to get around these flanks, the attackers. If they can flank around the defenses, oh, that would be huge for them. Oh no! There goes the Venetian general slain on the battlefield just like that. But, oh man, this would be such a terrible fight to fight in. Just being crammed in these little situations. I bet soldiers are dead and they're just still standing up, just like the Battle of Hastings. Just so tightly packed that they don't even fall to the ground. Now we got some pike militia supporting the cause. Will they hold or will they break? They need to kill some generals. The attackers need to kill the defending generals. Maybe they'll destroy their morale. We've got Christian Guard now engaged with the Norman Knights and the dismounted men-at-arms from Milan. Attackers really not making much progress here. And we see a big rout here from Desert Archers. We've got some urban militia breaking. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. This is the most hopeful situation here for Scotland and the attackers. Trying to break through. If they can break through and flank around this defense. But they're just not breaking through. And yeah, that's all of the armies committing right here. Got the Normans trying to fight off these Christian Guard. It's a pretty good fight for them because they have the support of the towers in the back here. Oh my god. Oh my god. General's bodyguard trying to fight here. Trying to just help his men break through. Over here they're breaking through, but oh, here comes reinforcements from the gate. Oh, some trebuchet fire overhead. Another fresh unit of Norman Knights. This is looking pretty good for the defenders. More breaking from the Moors. Breaking from Scotland. Feudal Knights, a unit of 20 breaking from the battlefield. Now we've got the noble pikemen coming in. And the attackers are being pushed out over here as well. Scotland desperately trying to set up some pikemen, try to break through this choke point. Maybe this could turn this little battle around. The pikemen are going to be very important. Just trying to break through those choke points. But the attackers are pretty much destroyed on this front. They are gone. It's down to Cav over here. If we look around the battlefield, I don't see any reserves. I don't see any reinforcements. So this is it. Now or never. Oh man, look at this. The General's bodyguard. He's trying to get his way, to create a path through here. Now he's putting his general at risk, but at desperate times, you need to make desperate decisions. And that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to just bully his way through. Oh, look at this. What's happening here? Milan charging out his Genoese crossbowmen. The noble pikemen, they no longer have their pikes out. General's bodyguard is slowly dying from the enemy pikes. Oh, actually, no, they pushed their way through. So the Cav is running free over here. So this is still anyone's game. I would say it's in favor of the defenders, but still in anyone's game. But that General's bodyguard, he needs to not go this way. He needs to flank around and charge the backs of these troops over here. This would free up a lot of the attackers. Then they could help out the troops over here. But come on, get your General's bodyguard over there. Okay, so he's going to attack the flank over here. That's pretty good for them. Pretty good fight. Milan is regrouping his forces over from this flank. That's a lot of troops. Look at all the troops here. Got some Norman Knights coming in. Oh, we do have some breaking from Milan. That's a good sight if you're rooting for the attackers. Over here, the Christian Guard still giving hell to the defenders. Still holding their ground. Balance of forces evenly matched. So this is good because it's keeping the Norman Knights over here, occupied. They can't come over to the front and defend. But Scotland making a promising push. We need more cav charges. Definitely need more cav charges. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Sicily. Oh, no. He's got the cav engaged in melee. The general is in trouble. He's going to lose a lot of troops there. Actually, he lost one cav unit. Oh, Lance is down. Oh, no. Scotland's breaking. Yep, that's it, guys. That was their final hope. We've got some Normans over here chasing down some broken units. That's hilarious. Milan has enough troops to win this battle. All they have to do is kill the general's bodyguards that are just causing havoc inside the fortress here. Oh. So, is the general going to get out alive? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so this is what's left in the Moors. The general's bodyguard in this Christian guard unit. And they're breaking. They see no hope in this battle. Milan and Sicily, they're going to defend this fortress. They're going to fight for the Pope, and I think they're going to be successful. Got another Christian guard unit here, but defeat seems certain for them. And the general's bodyguards, they're fighting together. Venice, they're like, we're sorry, Scotland. We're sorry we failed you, making you come and fight. Oh man, they're still trying to get out of there. Look at this guy. Kill that guy. Come on. There you go. That guy snuck up around him and attacked him right in the back. Oh, general's bodyguard breaking. The general will not die on the battlefield. He is just going to break from the battlefield. And yes, this is all that's left of the defenders. A very gruesome, bloody fight. Just like I said at the beginning, all the action comes down here. And look at every choke point is just littered in dead bodies. Death and destruction everywhere. We have a mid-defeat by one of the attackers. And I think it's safe to say that this battle is over. So we'll go ahead and fast forward. There's still a little bit of time, but there's no point in watching, you know, a couple units fight. There goes the general from the Moors. He will die with dignity and honor. And the Christian Guard are broken over here. So a very, very intense fight, a very long siege battle. This fortress always creates very long siege battles. I'm just going to cut it to the end results. I think we have a player that doesn't want to admit defeat. So yeah, let me go ahead and cut it to the end results. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end results. There was one unit of Pavi's crossbowmen way out in the desert and they had to chase them down. So yes, this battle replay was sent in by Naze Bays. Remember, he is a YouTuber who's also playing in the Iberian Hot Seat campaign. He did a great job here getting 1,300 kills. His ally also doing a great job getting 1,100 kills. So both of them playing their part, doing an excellent job. So on the attacking side, we've got Swedish Lancenet getting the most kills and the most prisoners, so doing an excellent job there. Paladin Bob, second place there, and Lord Tsunami close behind in third place. So let's go ahead and check out the kills for Naze Bays. See the highest kills here, casualties inflicted, 138. For one of his men-at-arms. So that's what I'm talking about. Men-at-arms are pretty useful in a siege battle. All of his men-at-arms getting a lot of kills, except some at the bottom here, 48. The rest got like over 70, which is really awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was quite a long one, but nonetheless, I hope you thought it was epic, and I will see you in the next one.